So ever since the Delta Force closed alpha released on August 6th, I have not touched Battlefield 2042 at all. In fact, this is the longest period of time that I have gone without playing Battlefield 2042 since the game released, a total of 20 days. And while that might not sound that long, it is certainly long enough to shock my system whenever I do play Battlefield 2042 again. And that is exactly what I did today. I'm a little bored with playing Delta Force's 2 maps over and over again, so I figured, you know what, I haven't played 2042 in a very long time. Let's boot it up just for comparison's sake today on my stream. And the results were absolutely hilarious. So let's go over my thoughts. There are many. If you enjoy the content, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And of course, follow the stream, first link in the description. The first thing that I just want to make crystal clear here is I see a lot of people comparing Battlefield 2042 and Delta Force. I see a lot of, in my opinion, really ignorant comments stating that, oh, the games are the exact same. Oh, they play the exact same. And yeah, the games are similar, right? Obviously. But they play completely different. Like, it is shocking how different Battlefield 2042 plays in comparison to Delta Force. Not even close. So for the people wondering if Delta Force and Battlefield 2042 are copies of each other gameplay-wise, absolutely not. So that was the first shock to my system, but the second shock to my system was the fact that, and I am not exaggerating here, ladies and gentlemen, Battlefield 2042 is the worst feeling game I have ever experienced in my life. It was genuinely jarring. That game has illegal levels of engine level input delay that make it, and I'm not exaggerating once again, completely unfucking playable. I couldn't even bear to aim for the first like 20 minutes because of just how bad it felt. And I was laughing the entire time because I was like, how is this even real? Like, I know it's bad, right? Like, we all know that, but it was just funny because, like, how do you even release this? But once I played enough and allowed Battlefield 2042 to completely erode my gray matter, I could ignore the pretty much unplayable mouse input and input delay well enough to focus on other aspects. The next most obvious thing that I noticed was the fact that, and guys, I swear I'm not trying to be toxic here, the Battlefield player base is so bad. Like, I'm so sorry, so bad. The AI in Delta Force are harder to play against than these Battlefield players. I was shocked at how easy the gameplay was in Battlefield 2042. I was on full autopilot, absolutely destroying servers, over 100 kills the first game back in 20 days. And the explanation for that is simple. The entire time I've been playing Delta Force, I've been playing against, well, cheating AI that know my exact position at all times and then aimbot me through smoke. So, of course, playing a game against real players is going to feel easy. But as you can see in this clip, let's just say the Battlefield player base is truly special. Take a look at these two Dozer players. I was in absolute shock that I was allowed to get away with this. Look. What is wrong with... What? I think you guys get the point. No further explanation is needed. Aside from all that stuff, the other thing that I was focusing on while playing is the movement of Battlefield 2042 versus Delta Force. With Delta Force, the game in general is just way more responsive. Aiming feels normal, which means it feels way better than Battlefield 2042. Movement's more responsive, snappy, there isn't that much delay, but Battlefield 2042's movement is smoother. During my playtime in Battlefield 2042 today, I noticed that the movement is smoother during the stance transitions, and this is something that I've talked about in Delta Force ad nauseum in a lot of my videos. You can just perform a lot more actions during stance transitions, which makes the gameplay a lot more fluid and more natural feeling in Battlefield. And I suppose I will state the obvious, Battlefield 2042's gameplay is probably twice as fast as Delta Force, maybe like 2.5 times as fast. I'm zooming. All right, I'm doing way more things in this game per minute than in Delta Force. So for those of you that are tired of the quote-unquote fast COD gameplay, Delta Force is probably going to be that game that satisfies you. It is absolutely slower, it's more methodical, there's leaning in the game, and the game's pace is simply slower. But Delta Force's gameplay isn't too slow. I think they achieved a comfortable balance here that will satisfy pretty much everyone. Now, another cool thing that taking a pretty long break from Battlefield has allowed me to do is just look at things with a bit of a clean slate, right? I get to come back to 2042. I remember the maps, but I haven't played them in quite a long time. But newsflash, guys, the maps are really bad still. I tried to play Stadium, and I was just sort of looking at it really confused. I was like, what? Like, why was this made? It's just so cluttered and bad, and there's so much verticality. And the amount of verticality in Battlefield 2042 was really the main difference between Delta Force's current maps and Battlefield 2042's. In Delta Force, you can tell that the maps were designed with limited verticality in mind, which means they just simply play better because there are less annoying, unpredictable locations. In my playtime today, I unfortunately had the experience of playing Manifest for the first time in a while, and yeah, let's just say that I didn't last that long in that server. Overall, my playtime in 2042 today confirmed what I already knew. Battlefield 2042 is simply lower quality overall compared to Delta Force. I'm sorry, that's the reality of the situation. I know some people are going to say, oh, Delta Force is a copy. It doesn't really matter when the copy's kicking Battlefield's ass in all categories, now does it? And to make matters even better, Delta Force simply isn't a copy of Battlefield 2042, so we can just put that stupid conversation to rest right now. It's not. There are similarities, absolutely, there's no doubt, but it's a combined arms game. How are you going to make a completely different combined arms game? You're just not. Like, you're just simply going to have similarities between other franchises, and it's completely unavoidable. So the choice is clear for me. Delta Force, if they get everything right, if they remove the AI, if they make the correct changes to certain things, the game is going to be a great, fun video game. It really is. I've been enjoying it significantly more than any Battlefield in the past 5 years. And it really wasn't hard to achieve that, because what did Delta Force do that I prefer over the past few Battlefield games? Well, let's start off with the fact that Delta Force is a functional game, right? Like, the mouse input works, everything feels good, good performance, snappy input, great, off the start right there. And the other things are really basic. They just didn't do anything stupid to mess the entire game up. And I will leave you guys with a bit of a tentative announcement. If you watched to this point, I really do appreciate it, and you are the backbone of the channel. Comment if you did watch to this point. There could be a bit of a schedule change here, and I'm not entirely sure how it will affect my streams or the YouTube channel. And you know me, I try to be Mr. Consistent. I will always get a video out at bare minimum every other day on this YouTube channel. But basically, I got offered a job, and I kind of want to do it, even though I don't really need to. Does that make sense? Like, it's really cool, and I might take the opportunity, and I'll have to wait and see what effect it has on the Twitch and YouTube channel. So if you watched to this point, thank you again. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also follow the stream, first link in the description. Let me know your thoughts about this video. What do you think about Battlefield 2042 versus Delta Force if you've played both games? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.